We'll see what kind of an inbounds play they get in, because that has been one of their struggles so far, trying to get this ball in on the inbounds.
And they're able to inbound it to Sinicki. Up to Crone. 30 seconds to go.
1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Most likely, Hartwick is going to hold for the last shot to either win the game in regulation or force overtime.
As we are under 20 seconds to go. 1 second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Keith Giddo on the ball outside of three-point range.
Sinicki holding on for that last shot as we are under 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Sinicki driving it on Giddo. Giddo blocks it, and it'll be Bomber ball with 3.5 seconds to go in regulation.
What a defensive play by Keith Giddo, staying in front of the quicker defender, not fouling, not letting him get the shot off, getting that block here as we watch the rebound. Keith Giddo straight up, great vertical presence, kind of hits the defender in the face there. That's not going to be called there. However, right now you're going to see Ithaca with the ball here. 3.5 seconds to go as Ithaca is trying to draw up their inbounds play with only one shot left in this game.
3.5 seconds to go, AJ. Plenty of time for the Bombers to set up the shot they want. If you're just joining us, it's an exciting finish here at Ben Light Gymnasium. The Bombers, at once trailed by 23 points, have come all the way back to tie things up at 80. You're watching it right here on Bombers Live on ICTV. Dan Budick alongside AJ Feldman for this one. It's been an exciting game and an exciting last minute and a half for the Bombers to come all the way back. And a great block there by Keith Giddo. Went off Sinicki, and the Bombers will have possession for that last shot with 3.5 to go.
Yeah, and on an inbounds play like this, one thing you always have to watch for, as they're going to have the entire length of the court to get up there, you cannot turn this ball without touching it to give the ball right back to Hartwick.
So the inbounds is to Bevan. Bevan fighting it up floor. Bevan trying to make something happen, lays it in. Do they count the basket? No, says the referee. It didn't count as Bevan was not able to get it off his fingertips in time before the buzzer, and we're going to overtime.
Sam Bevan had two choices there, either to kick the ball out to Mark Chasen or try and get the layup. However, unfortunately, his spin move took up too much time, and he was not able to get that layup to go before the buzzer sounded. And we're going to overtime, and I am going to be the first one to say I did not see this one going into overtime.
And we'll take a look at it again right here on Bombers Live on ICTV. We take a look, and it indeed just was about a quarter of a second off by Sam Bevan, as he did not get it off the fingertips in time, but a very exciting play drawn up by Coach Mullins and this Bombers coaching staff. So we head to overtime. It's a 5-minute overtime period here as we are tied things up at 80 apiece.
And as this game keeps getting extended, Hartwick really going to struggle as they only run a 6-man rotation, and Matt Wilson on the bench now. I believe he is fouled out of this basketball game, so I believe this is the last that you'll see of him.
Wilson has fouled out of the basketball game, so that's in favor of the Bombers as they have the size differential, the size advantage they want here in the overtime period.
And you can see Hartwick trying to exploit that. Keith Giddo, he had to guard the quicker Jake Sinicki on that last inbounds play. That was the one-on-one isolation they wanted, even though Keith Giddo is a defensive force. That was the matchup they liked. We'll see if they try and go back to it if it gets down to crunch time.
And a tip, like the tip in the first quarter, it is once again controlled by the Hawks, and Joey Lufkin, who has controlled this offense all day, as he steps up and takes a big three. It's in and out, and rebound by Keith Giddo, and hand off to Sam Bevan, who comes up the court. Bevan looking to Chasen. Some contact underneath the basket. We'll get the call from the ground. It looks like a foul up against 22 Jake Sinicki, and it is indeed a foul against Jake Sinicki, as Mark Chasen's having a tough time getting up from that one.
Yeah, it seems like he has a bit of a cramp right now trying to stretch that out. He went for the Euro step to get around the defender, and he was able to force the movement in order to prevent the charge, and he gets to the line. However, he still is struggling, seems to be grimacing. We'll see if he can make these free throws.
So Chasen trying to give the Bombers their first lead. And it's off, as this would be the Bombers' first lead of the ball game. They have not led all game. As you see right there, some contact landed, looks like on his ankle as he was trying to put that one up. So Chasen shooting two, missed the first, and nails the second. So for the first time today, the Bombers lead. It's 81-80 with 4:40 to go in the overtime quarter.
Yeah, you see Mark Chasen getting subbed out, trying to get some treatment on the sidelines. He's on the ground with his injury. Joe Messino checking back into this game.
Norton Fighting up against Krong. Krong inside to Sinicki. Sinicki working against Giddo. Twisting and turning. Lays it in for two against Keith Giddo.
Yeah, there you see the quickness of Jake Sinicki up against Keith Giddo. Keith Giddo got up in the air trying to anticipate that shot. However, he was fooled on the up and under.
Giddo